actually a really good question. Honestly, it's surprisingly simple to do. So what you would do is you would start by having a check of some kind. Then under tasks, you would say add a task. That would be, let's say, a disk cleanup in your example, disk. So clean a hard disk or disk cleanup, whatever one you have handy. And when you do that, you have a couple options. So first of all, there's no parameters. If there was any parameters, you would have to put them in, but this one doesn't. Then when you want to run, instead of doing it on a frequency, you will select on a check fail. So keep to your question, you would come in here and then you would say which you would use a disk space. If it was a script check or a Windows service check or something like that, you would choose it from the list. But in my case, I'll say disk space check C. So whenever that disk space check is failed, run the self-healing. The default for 1 hour is good enough, and save. So what that's going to do is I now have a task under my task somewhere, disk cleanup here. This machine has not been online for years, but it doesn't matter. I like it. I can just add stupid tasks to it. So that one, if the check was to ever go failed, it would let me do and let me know what's happening. Now, once you have done something like this and you want to reuse, because you know what, like you don't want to do this for every machine by hand, you can very easily come in here, go to templates and say do a template by selecting the device, and then you would say add all the checks and the tasks. Now this will add a ton of noise. Now you can come in here and clean up what you're trying to. So I'm gonna keep maybe one disk check. Oops. So clean up. Now in this machine, I have a ton of stuff. So I would want to clean up and clean up and clean up and only leave the two things that I'm trying to do, which is the monitoring and the self-healing as a template. And then I can then add that to whatever machines I want by right-clicking here, apply a template. You could have also added a task right here. If it's a task that's on a default check, then you don't even need to do a template. You can just do it from here. But I prefer the template method because when new machines show up, it's easier to apply a template than to add all the checks by hand, because you may have a template with, you know, a bunch of different self-healing and a bunch of different things. That makes your life a little bit easier.